Patrick Reed is one of a new breed of American players who relish the challenge of teeing it up outside the US. He competed in 3 of the European Tour's 4 final series events, finishing second at the BMW Masters in Shanghai. The man by his side was his caddy and also his brother-in-law. We caught up with them in Dubai to find out what first brought them together.
I was working medical device sales in 2013. My sister was caddying for him previously, and so when she got pregnant, obviously I knew there was going to be a new caddy. I just didn't know that I was going to be the one asked to do it. I was working at my desk and he gave me a call and he said, "Hey, what do you think about being a caddy?" I said, "If you're dead serious, I'll quit my job in about 5 minutes."
So what I did is I basically taught him, and Justine taught him the same way I started with Justine. Here's the crash course, what you need to do, how you need to do it, and it just kind of ran with that, especially with them having the same kind of demeanor. It kind of helped a lot to have somebody who's so calm, whether things are really good or things are not going so well. We had the whole winter to teach them, and the main thing was what my tendencies were on teaching them, okay, when to pull me back or when to just kind of let me go and go play. He seemed a little nervous early. Tournament champions, he wasn't too bad, but then the second event he ever caddied for was Humana when I shot 9 under par 3 days in a row and was in the lead going into Sunday. And the lead, because I started playing for par, the lead started getting less and less, and you could tell he was just kind of like looking left and looking right, like, oh no, what do I need to do? Even though I knew I was in complete control at that point. But it was good to see, because it meant a lot to him, to go out and do his job well, and hopefully for me to play well.
From the outside looking in, it's easy to think that working so closely with a family member, often in a tense environment, could lead to friction.
I think it makes it a lot more fun, when you do have success, and it makes it easier when times are harder. I feel like a lot of these players and caddies feel like brothers already, but we're actually brothers, so.
A lot of people would probably say it's not the best thing because it could probably ruin relationships. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's better for not only myself, but also a lot of people, because if I'm trying to do something, or if I have a really bad attitude, a family member's allowed to say different kind of things to you and be brutally honest to you rather than just another working partner with you.
I think trust. I think that's number one with everything. I mean, when we make a decision together, it's basically our decision. Like when he reads a putt, I come in and I'll read it for him, but 9 times out of 10, he knows what it does and we both agree. But it's reassurance, I guess. I guess it gives you confidence to put it in the hole.
The 2 men have won 3 times together, but the highlight so far was being part of the US team at last year's Ryder Cup. Patrick impressed as a rookie at Gleneagles, earning 3.5 points from 4, finishing the week as America's leading point scorer.
It was kind of bittersweet, honestly. It was awesome that he was there, being able to be on the bag, but being my first Ryder Cup, and with how hard Justine and I worked with her getting the first win, she never had the opportunity to caddy in a major. She didn't get to caddy in a Ryder Cup, and I felt like she was a huge aspect to get us to that point. And him on the bag, we had a blast, especially with playing with Jordan and Michael, his caddy. We're all pretty close, and that was a lot of fun. And I think that was probably the most excitement and entertainment I've seen out of him in a long time. Even if he does something awesome at home, or if we're messing around or something, he never really gets too high, never really gets too low. Even if no matter what you try to do to him to try to get him going and try to get underneath his skin, it just doesn't work.
From a caddy perspective, I'm just as nervous for him as he is nervous for himself. I remember the first tee on Ryder Cup, thought my heart was just come out of my chest, just beating so hard, and the adrenaline rush. And it seems like I always say, every shot there is like the last hole of a winning tournament. Like when you win a tournament on the 18th hole and the crowd is just going crazy. It's like that, but every shot. That's how it feels.
Performing well under pressure seems to be one of Patrick's great strengths. He's still only 25 and has been tipped by many as a future major champion. So what are their views on what they'd like to achieve together?
At least win 1 major, at least.
I need to go talk to him about that, because that seems like a pretty low goal. I'd like a lot more than 1. I'd like multiple, and You know, I would love to achieve not only majors, but I'd love to get close to that #1 spot, if not #1 in the world with them, because I feel like that would be awesome. But I know Justine really wants to get back on the bag sometime, but you know, so we're gonna have to wait and see. I mean, what we're doing seems to be working really well, and even with her on the sideline, she walks every practice round with us and almost fulfills still her caddy role. She still does a ton for us, and I feel like, you know, the way we have it right now is working really well. We'll just have to wait and see.